So obviously, as I've said, I think worms are massively important and probably one of the most effective baits that I've used, and they'll work all year round. But there are certain times of year when they seem to be more effective. Now, I'm no fish scientist, but or a marine biologist by any stroke of the imagination, but basically I think that there's certain times of year when the meat, the protein and the high food content of worms is desirable by fish, and I think that's in springtime when they've come out of the wintering and they're starting to feed and they want to put some weight on and they get their appetite up. And then I also think it's then in the sort of late summer and early autumn when the fish know that sort of daylight hours are changing and they know they need to get some weight on prior to the winter. And I think it's important to kind of understand that about fishing, and that just goes for other baits and not just for worms, but with worms especially, with them being so potent and rich as a bait, there's a time when the fish gorge on them, and that's when they're at the most effective. And it's now early autumn this year, and we're going to put them to test here on Southfield Reservoir, which is a well-known sort of skimmer and bream water that's heavily fished, but yet it's still an effective bait, and that just goes to show you the power of worms. So we're going to fish here on a feeder and introduce worms, and worms only. I've not brought any other bait, just to kind of show you how effective they can be. And we'll start off by showing you how we clean them, how we chop them, and how we drain them off, and how we introduce them into us feed, and step by step we'll go through it for you.